Welcome to the Hooters Car Show.
Hi, I'm Dave. Car Club Selective Styles. Been driving around for about 20 years now. Pretty much did all the work ourselves. It's an 86 Ford. I've been working on it since I was like 16 years old. So originally it was my mother's car. I just kind of took it over and started dressing it up from there. Got hydraulics on it. We did the motor work a few times over. A lot of chrome here and there. It's a fun time. Really got into low riding. It's been fun. A lot of good friends of ours. You know, we come out with our cars and show them off.
Do you see the motor?
Absolutely. I just redid the motor last year. I pulled it out. I rebuilt it. Got ceramic coating, chrome. You know, put a billet pulley kit on it. You know, a few odds and ends. I chromed out the front suspension on it. Pretty much everything's either chrome or powder coated underneath. You know.
How many hours do you have into the car?
Oh, it's so many. I wouldn't be able to tell you. Like I said, I've been working on it since I was like 16 years old. So, you know, it's a lot of fun. Best thing is now, you know, my sons are getting older, so they like to help me out with the car. So I had a lot of good times doing that.
Remember how Crown Victorias were the thing to have?
They were great. I mean, you know what? This was my first car. I was 16 years old. This was my daily driver. So this is what I still have. So I'm really happy for that. You know, can't beat it.
Cool. Tell us about the suspension and the hydraulics.
Suspension, yeah. Got the hydraulics put on there. Man, again, probably I installed that maybe about like, God, it's been a long time. I'm 20 years old when we put them in. Basically what we do, like between us and my friends, we just, you know, we do all the work ourselves. So I like to pride ourselves in that, where we can do all the work ourselves. There's some things we can't do, of course, like, you know, we're not painters and stuff, but mechanical work, anything like that, welding, suspension, we could do it all. You know, I think that's pretty much just one of the funnest parts about it.
And how did you learn this stuff?
You know, we just kind of, as we went on, we just learned it. You know, there's no book on it. You know, so I don't think there's a wrong or right way about it. You know, of course, this originated from California, but man, you know, grew up around a lot of guys that were really into it out here. Actually, one of the originators of low riding is out here. That's brought it out to Chicago, and he's over there in the baseball hat. He's with someone from the car club. He's been out. He's one of the originators of low riding in Chicago. Yeah, no doubt about it. So, but I'll show you the trunk setup. What I have in there. This is it's an older setup. This is you don't see this kind of the hydraulics anymore. These are old fender stones. So very old school. You know, a lot of guys run different setups with aluminum blocks in there, so they produce a lot more pressure. These are very reliable. The 20 years that I have, I mean, I've never had any issues with it, you know. But
and then you charge your batteries over the winter?
Yeah, you know what? I pretty much put them on a trickle. What I normally do, I like to have my batteries nice and fresh, so I charge them up like for like the whole week. That way I'm ready for the weekend,
right.
You know. With these batteries here, I mean, it can last maybe about like 2-3 weeks without charging them, but I like it to perform. I like it to be fast. So, yeah.
And your choice of batteries, is that particular brand really good, or
you know what? Pretty much what you're looking for is a Group 31 battery, anywhere from like 925 co-cranking amps and above. You know, a lot of guys, some guys actually have their cars that they compete to hop, so they want like 1,000 cranking amps, and they're really producing some pressure. You know, this is more just a regular street driver. You know. Nothing too fancy, you know. Like I said, very old school setup, so these don't produce that much pressure, but enough where you can get around.
This is the accumulator, right?
It is, yeah. What I ended up as I got older, I ended up putting the accumulators on there. Normally, on a low rider, you're kind of a choppy ride. You know, so you a lot of bumps, you feel them. Now with the accumulators, it's just kind of like think of it like a shock. So this thing rides smooth. I could go over train tracks at 40, 50 miles an hour. I'm flying, yeah. Well, that's the other thing too. Like I always talk to my buddies about when we take the cars out. I like to know that we can go. Like we're going to go to Indianapolis next month. I can do 80 miles an hour in this. It's not your typical like I got to drive slow. No, I can go fast in this. Yeah, and I really like that. I really I always tell my friends, I'm like, if you guys are going to go with me, keep up at my speed, and we're going to get there.
Tell us about the rims.
The rims. I got 14x7s here. We always go with the white wall, of course. Some guys choose 13s. I like 14s. I just feel it's safer on the road, especially with a heavier car. But as you can see at the Impala over here, he likes riding 13-inch tires, and they're nice. Don't get me wrong. I really, really enjoy them. But the 14s is what it is for me.
Can you tell us a little bit about the controller?
Yeah, the switch box there. You can have, it's just a pre-wired switch box that I bought. But some guys have little panels. You could wire your own switches in. That's a 10-switch box. Some guys can have 4, some guys want 2, some guys want 16. It just all depends on what you want to do. So the functions I have is I got 4 pumps, so I can control every corner individually. If you have like 2 pumps, you're limited kind of on what you can do. But with the 4 pumps, I can control every corner individually on that. So.
Speaking about what you can do, is now a good time to show off?
Oh, absolutely. I can show you. We'll do some work. Let me close the hood on it, and we can move it.
Is it more the tricks, the variations, the height, or what you...
Yeah, well, in competition, guys actually hop to see how high they go. Again, I built this car for the street, so I like to just hop it a little bit. I like the 3-wheel and just, put it in a stance where, it can kind of show it off.
Hobby and interest. Right?
Sure. So just a couple things we could do with it.
No parking tickets that way, right?
I try not to park too long. But yeah, we normally don't catch much hassle. Usually it's like any other kind of hot rod show car. We just kind of go out there usually during the day. Like going to car shows, and it's always a good time.
I'm going to ask you about the suspension.
Sure.
Anything additionally that you have to do to accommodate?
Well, pretty much. I have my control arms are reinforced. So if you even notice, like the top and the lowers, they're all molded and reinforced. Basically, you want to have them reinforced. That way, they won't buckle or break on you. We do run like a heavier spring on it. You can see the coil. It's actually kind of thick. Right. Besides that, we cut the holes in pretty much where the shock goes, and that's where the cylinder rides up and down in there. Right. And like I said, I just did this whole the whole steering suspension, whether it be powder coated or chrome plated. So something new for the year. I try to do something new all the time, but one day we'll get it repainted. It's a 20-year-old paint job, so yeah, I try. So little by little. Thank you for having me on. Really appreciate it. Car Club Select the Styles, of course.
One more time on the back.
Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.
Live from US Classic Muscle Cars.